Hi guys, Billy back, and this time I'm going to be talking about my favourite figures of 2023. I didn't actually get a lot of figures this year, maybe 17, something like that. So basically I've chosen the top 7 because I think that's a better number for the level of figures I've got. But also at the same time we're going to come in for a couple of special mentions. Now the majority of my figures weren't Hot Toys. They were mostly third-party stuff. That's where all my interest is at the moment. As Hot Toys have licensing for Disney products, a lot of it is just sort of Disney Plus stuff, which I'm not into. So a lot of it's not actually going to be Hot Toys. So hopefully it'll just be something a little bit different from a lot of other people's lists, especially in this field. Now, before we get to the list, I'm going to go through and do a few special mentions. Now, one of the figures that I really liked this year that I got in my collection was the Cyberpunk Johnny Silverhand figure from Hot Toys. Now, it's not an amazing figure, and it just so happens that it does what a lot of jointed arm Hot Toys do, which is end up going on sale. I don't know why Hot Toys don't focus on actually going for seamless. They always seem to sell out, whereas the jointed arms on any figure almost spells a death for the figure itself because it always ends up going on sale. But for the price I got this guy, for around £106, he was absolutely amazing. Again, it's the same level of detail you would expect from Hot Toys. The guitar looks awesome, his robotic hand looks cool. I really like the tequila bottle, that looks really nice as well. And I actually quite like the stand, it's sort of like a clear transparent yellow. Very unique for this figure. I wish they'd given us some sort of diorama base or something like that, but that's about it. Now, another special mention I've got to give is to my custom Guyver figure. It was a labour of love which was completed this year, thanks in no small part to Buy Boosted Customs on Instagram, helping me out, his advice, and even providing me with the eye lenses. They're so hard to replicate and I just couldn't do it. So yeah, he provided me with a pair and it worked brilliantly. It is a one-off custom. I made it out of a vinyl kit myself and it took a long time. There was a lot of errors along the way. I made mistakes and I got things wrong, but at least I managed to actually get it over the finish line and have it as I was happy to have it in my collection. I didn't actually think I'd ever get there, but here we are, 2023. I completed a figure. Proves that patience and a willing to learn always pays off. Also give a special mention to the Trick or Treat Sam figure. It's a nice overall figure, but it's a tad big, and it could have done with a bit more weathering to the sack of his head. Plus the crotch grabber would have helped him keep him stable. But other than that, it's a pretty good figure overall from the Trick or Treat Studios. I have a feeling he's going to appear in our living room every Halloween from this year forward. Also a special mention goes to the Saturn Toys 66 Batman and Robin figures. They're great looking figures, but I suspect some things were reused from a Hot Toys release. Also, Robin has some waxy looking arms. But other than that, it's a great set for any Bat fan who missed out on the Hot Toys official release. And it complements the Mars Toys Joker perfectly. Now getting down to the actual top 7 figures this year. I just made a quick mention of it just then. It is the 66 Joker. Hot Toys teased us for years with a Romero Joker, but it was Mars Toys that delivered it, and boy did they deliver. From the absolute gluttony of accessories to the 3 amazing head sculpts, they now hold the crown for the best Romero Joker ever to reach market. The tailoring is great too, and doesn't restrict articulation as much as you would think. I had so much fun making the video review for this guy, and he is one I regularly take down to repose. I think Mars Toys can take a bow for this one. They did the character justice. Next up, we're going to go with Patrick Bateman's Iconic at number 6. This figure is great. The accessories that come with him are just fantastic. Overall, I think they did a stellar job of capturing the character in 6-scale form. My only niggling criticisms are that the magnetic heads means you can't use it on an extra third-party body to make another figure and have both likenesses on display properly. And also that the blood splatter effect looks a tad cartoony for my liking. But other than that, it's a great release. And it will be highly sought after years down the line, I have no doubt. Sadly, he can't be higher on the list because he kills a dog in the movie. And if it wasn't for that, he'd probably be higher. But he did. So that's where he stays at number 6. At number 5, we're going to go with Lara Croft's survival suit figure. Fantastic details in the head sculpt. Clothing is great, especially the coat and scarf. The climbing ice picks are very nice too. It's a shame that the boot spikes are a tad unstable and it didn't come with a stand. Overall, she looks exactly like she did in the game. It's like they just ripped her right off the screen and put her on the shelf. It's a great figure, regardless of licensing or not. And number 4, we're going to go with the Alice Madness Returns figure. Now, I never thought we would get a figure from this game, but here she is. What she lacks in accuracy, she makes up for in other details like the cat, accessories and the stand. The base is really attention grabbing. I wish she wasn't so top heavy and wish they had put more details into the boots. But other than that, it's a fantastic release that still catches my eye regularly and makes me smile. In at number 3 is the Blitzway White Ghost. Superb detail, a worthy addition to the Hunters line. There aren't many figure lines that can rival the Hunters for sheer level of detail and quality. From the big chunky base to the tiny lenses and the glasses, you can spend hours looking at this figure and find something new to admire. The only reason he isn't higher on the list is because he does feel a little safe for a Big Head Works figure and didn't push the envelope compared to say Berbercat and Dr. Beebe. Also, the final 2 figures were really stellar for me, so unfortunately he dropped down a peg. In at number 2 is the In-Art Joker, which is usually everyone's number 1. While he did come out at the end of 22, I didn't see him until January this year, and so he's new to me. For a first figure, In-Art have absolutely blown the competition out of the water. The head sculpt puts a previously stellar DX11 to shame, and the extras put this a grade above a Hot Toys release. I prefer sculpted hair most of the time, but I see the rooted version of this actually forced Hot Toys to also change the way they make some figures. The seamless arms really make me wish I'd bought the 2-pack though. This would easily be number 1 if someone else hadn't come out with something that I absolutely love and couldn't be without. And in at number 1 is the Art Figures Edward Scissorhands. Now, I know you can't believe I would put this above the In-Art Joker, and it's purely a choice of the heart. For years I wanted an accurate Edward figure, and Art Figures did not disappoint. Of all the figures that came out this year, this is the one I still look at and am blown away by on almost a daily basis. The head sculpt and paint apps look that good to me. Sure, it has some niggling problems. The armatures that link the cuff to the hands aren't particularly detailed, but it's not even noticeable unless you're really looking at it. The layers of hair are really great for a sculpted third party, and the eyes have a rich glossy look that catch the light just right that makes it look very realistic. The straps and costuming are fantastic too. You may easily say that this doesn't deserve to be above the Joker, and I can definitely see where you're coming from. I've seen plenty of Jokers, but this is the first Edward that even remotely tried to capture the likeness of the young Johnny Depp, and for that I have to choose it above the Joker figure. Present toys will have to go some way to beat this, and I actually hope they do. But that's it guys, that's my top 7 figures of the year I guess. I could probably do a top 10, but I really wanted to condense it down and challenge myself because, you know, there are a few that could have been 8, 9 and 10 and 11 and 12 and all that sort of thing, but I decided just compress it all down and get straight to the point. But that's it for now guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. Do me a favour now, if you can get out of my cave, I'm going to go down in the comment section and see what you guys are saying. What are your top figures of the year? Do you agree with me? Do you think In-Art should definitely be above that Edward Scissorhands figure? I wouldn't blame you if you thought so, but hey, the heart wants what the heart wants, I guess. Thanks a lot guys. Bye bye.